Hi, welcome to the Vergas Show. I'm Sherry Hansen, and thank you for joining me. And Josh Hansen, well, here we are.
Hi, Sherry.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
And we are in your restaurant,
right.
And it's still a restaurant.
It is still a restaurant. Seating, open seating tonight, actually,
yeah,
if you'd like.
Open seating, yeah, right. Open air seating.
Exactly, exactly.
Well, Josh, let's go back to the day. What happened on August 13th? Let's talk about it a little bit.
The night of August 13th, we experienced a severe fire at the restaurant. It happened about 1 a.m., so it was the early hours of the 14th. We were doing some catering for the following morning, which we'd gotten into this later this summer. The fire started in the ductwork in the kitchen, and it spread very, very quickly. And you can see some of the damage up here. A lot of people drive by from the road, and it looks fairly decent, but as you'll see the next few minutes here, the restaurant experienced severe smoke damage throughout the whole restaurant, and water damage and partial fire damage through the restaurant.
What I find interesting, Josh, a lot of people don't realize is that you were still working. I mean, you had a couple cooks here. You had, I mean, there was probably 10 people here plus some guests.
Right. There was about 6 to 8 employees at the time. Also the general manager, Anthony, who's my brother, and myself. And we were preparing some food for the following morning, and we had noticed there was some smoke coming out of what we thought at the time was a ceiling fan. Well, we went over to shut the ceiling fan off, and at that time we realized the smoke was coming out of the kitchen. So we went into the kitchen and we realized we had a major problem. We evacuated the employees and a few of the patrons that were here at the time out to the deck and down to the house next door. And in the meantime, we called the fire department. And by the time they got here, the whole kitchen was engulfed in flames.
Mm-hmm. Fire department, I mean, I just got to touch on that. I mean, we are just so incredibly fortunate to have the fire department that we do. The fire marshals, I know, just in my talking to them, said that Vergas's fire department is top class. Top
notch, yes. And also all the mutual aid from the corresponding fire departments that came out for the evening. I think there were 6 departments here. And we can't suggest enough, or how would I say that?
Portray it enough, yes.
Yes, portray that they've just done a wonderful job, all those men and women that risked their lives that night.
Yeah, and there were about 80 of them at one time that we counted when we were out in the parking lot watching it. And so then the next morning, of course, is when it all kind of came to light that your life was going to change, wasn't it?
Yeah, life-changing experiment.
Life-changing experience is what it actually has been. But let's do a quick walkthrough, because what I want to talk about is the good that comes out of what the bad has happened here. And so show us a little bit of what's going on here.
These were the bathrooms at the time. As Sherry and I were filming, we were filming right in front of the front door of the restaurant. This is where the major part of the fire damage was, and this is the kitchen and the ductwork up through onto the roof of the dining room.
Okay. And so then this all had to be engulfed in flames right in this area. Let's just take a quick walk through in the kitchen here, Josh. I don't know if we're going to be able to see much,
I don't think there's much light. But
no, but it gives a person a little bit of an idea.
You can see how hot everything ended up getting.
Fires are just just devastating.
Yes, they're no fun, but like Sherry said, there's a silver lining in this.
Well, Josh, I think I remember your very first words when I saw you that night, and it's going to be, there's something good that's going to come out of this, and we're going to have to look for that.
For sure.
And just getting through the process, here we are in the dining room, and getting through the process of all the details now.
Sure.
I'm really anxious. And what was fun to hear, Josh, is the number of people that said, we're so excited to find out what he's going to have planned next. And so I think we're going to break right now, Josh. We kind of got an idea of there's not much left in here that is going to be able to work. And I want to hear what your plans are next. And so let's take a break, and we'll be right with you on the Vergas Show.
Sure.
JB's Custom Apparel, screen printing, and embroidery. No order is too small or large. Apparel for corporate or casual wear. JB's Custom Apparel can embroider or screen print what you need. Our team is ready for you. JB's Custom Apparel, screen printing, and embroidery.
Hi, welcome back to the Vergas Show, and I'm with Josh Hansen of Spanky Stone Hearth. And Josh, we're at the entrance of your restaurant.
Yes.
And as we just got done showing and talked about the severe fire, but you've got plans, and that's really exciting. Tell us what you got going.
Well, after probably 5 to 6 weeks of contemplation, we decided we are going to rebuild. And that was kind of the million-dollar question for a few weeks going around the area. And another big question was where we were going to rebuild. And after a lot of advice from a lot of different people, I needed to make a decision on my own. And I felt that this place has been here since 1946. The guests have been coming since those early years. There's no reason why they're not going to come back again. And it's a nice central location in the area. And it's become a destination, and there's no reason why we can't make it a destination again.
Well, look, it'll continue to be that destination.
Correct.
And it's got such tradition.
Yes, the tradition and the loyalty of the guests and the customers that come through here on a yearly basis. I couldn't think of even trying to recreate something like this in another place. This is a special setting for myself and my family and everybody that's come here since 1946.
Yeah. A lot of people relate back, oh, we had this here and we had this party here and we celebrated this event. And so
25th wedding anniversaries, and the same people have their 50th wedding anniversaries. So we're going to keep that tradition going at the restaurant.
That's pretty cool. Tell me what you got going with your catering though, Josh. That's been exciting. That's been keeping you going. It's been keeping you busy since the fire.
It's brought a little income in the meantime. We've had to do some makeshift caterings, but we have a kitchen up and running, thankfully. We've gotten into a lot of this destination catering, if you will, as well, where we can go right into the
people's homes,
people's houses or tenants and kind of take over their kitchen and their dining room for the evening. And we'll create a meal. It can be a simple meal. It can be a meal up to a 5-course meal. We can pair wines. It's kind of limitless, if you will, to what we can do. And it's really taken off. And we're actually full every weekend through October. And we're also starting to take some Christmas parties through this catering business.
What I want to know is if you guys go in and you take over the kitchen, do you clean it when you're done?
That's what my mother's for. No, I'm kidding.
That's why you're asking me along, right?
Yes, we do take care of the cleanup as well.
That's good. There's just something wonderful about that, having you come in and it's, I mean, people can enjoy their own party that way.
For sure, and it just back to the cleanup part. And there's nothing the host has to worry about, and that's what the people hostessing the party. They shouldn't have any of those worries.
No.
They're there to support their guests and show their houses off. And in the meantime, we just create the meal for them.
And the ambiance and everything that goes with it. That's wonderful, Josh. How do they get a hold of you?
They can still call the restaurant. The restaurant, obviously, the phones are not working, but the restaurant number goes to either my brother's cell phone or my cell phone, and then we can get back to you. A lot of times we'll be able to answer the phone too. Otherwise, my cell phone number is 218-234-1685.
Okay, and so then they just need to get a hold of you on like you say, that restaurant number or that, and they can set up their Christmas parties.
For sure, and we can handle parties up to 300-400 guests. Obviously, we can't do it here at the time, which leads me to a lot of people have been asking when we'll be able to reopen.
The key question.
I'm not going to hold myself to any dates, but I'm hoping next spring, early next summer, and that is if everything goes according to plan. Obviously, there's dates that have to be met and timelines and schedules that also have to be appropriated, but hopefully if we can get some type of shell up this winter, and at least we might have limited seating for a few months while we finish the rest of the project, but we'll have a kitchen and probably seating for 100 to start out with. And
wonderful.
As we expound on that, then we can maybe get the dining room up and running early next summer and be full-fledged like we were in the past.
Okay. And people keep asking about the fireplace.
Once again, we're going to try to salvage the fireplace. We'll see how the demolition process goes. We get some big cranes in here. It might be an iffy situation, but yes, we are going to try to salvage the fireplaces.
Well, Josh, we're just glad you're back.
Well, thank you.
I know you never really went anywhere, and but thank you for being on the Vergas Show and telling us what's going to be happening, and we're going to support you like we have been, and look forward to coming out to Spanky's to create new memories.
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
you,
Josh. Yeah, have a good day in Vergas.